What is good in the neighborhood? Get some of you guys in here real quick. How's everybody doing this fine Tuesday? Big George said it's all my fault, bro. It's all my fault. Heat, baby, the heat. Mr. Bruce Wayne, what up, Gil? What's up, Bruce? How we doing, player? Man, that's had a seat for you. U.S. born, hating Hispanics. Look at what people have to go through to get there. Yet you hate on this country, people, literally giving up their lives just for this opportunity. Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Mr. Mob Nasty is in the casa. What's up, Mob Nasty? How is SD doing? How you feeling, brother? Let's see what you got. Family Sanchez. It's Biden's fault. But somehow the dumb Democrats will say Trump's fault. JR Big Rooster North Hollywood is in the house. Okay, so let me see how many people we got in here. I got an advertiser, man. I got an advertiser because you know, with all the stuff that's going on right now in the world, brother. In general, right? Especially in America. In America, there's so much stuff going on that I've reached out, and they've actually reached out to me too. And we're going to start taking vacations there, right? And I want to give you a place that you guys may have never thought. The rates are great. Here, let me show it to you, man. Instead of just talking about it, let me show you what I'm talking about, people. Let me show you this beautiful thing that I'm talking about. Where are we at here, player? Okay, here we go, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about beautiful Afghanistan. Hold on, let me get back here real quick. Don't take off on me so quick. Cancel. Yeah, whatever. So we're talking about beautiful Afghanistan, right? Hold on. You know, in these times of immigration problems, pandemic, systematic racism, and, you know, social issues, what better place but to go and get away but beautiful Afghanistan? Afghanistan is a place that even police officers will give you massages. They will take care of you. If you have a bad back in Afghanistan, they will take care of you. Whether it's the police, whether it's the masseuse, whether it's the hijadis, whoever it is, they will take care of you. You know, like I said, we need to get away, people, because America is getting too crazy. We need to go to a better, more beautiful, calm place like Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, where even the Taliban wears masks. See, they are very cognizant of what's going on with the pandemic. They all take the jab, or if not, they'll shoot you. One way or another, they'll take care of your thing. Don't you worry about it. So we need to go to a beautiful place. So please, people, if you want to go, Taliban and hipsters, it's a beautiful thing. See, Afghanistan's got it all figured out. They got the hipsters with the Second Amendment. We in America can't figure it out. We fight for guns. The hipsters don't get along. But in Afghanistan, it's a beautiful place where you actually have hipsters carrying guns, loving the Second Amendment, and loving the freedom. So people, you want to get away, you need to go to Afghanistan. Afghanistan is the place to be. Afghanistan is for you and me, baby. So there you go, players. So you guys want to get away, people? Let's head out to Afghanistan, carnal. Come on, Angel Flores. Thank you for that membership, Angel. Afghanistan, because now we can make memories out there. We get out there, you know. They got shooting, they got bombings, they got all kind of good stuff, carnal. You want to put your woman in check? Take her to Afghanistan, homie, where there is no laws for women and they treat them like property. Oh, man. Oh, boy. So what's going on, people? How we doing in the house? Jason Figardo's doors are open for as many Haitians as possible. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about what's going on in the border, man. And is it a border crisis? I would say, yeah, it's if this is not a border crisis, I don't know what is. But this border crisis is something that's not completely new. But let's go ahead and run the latest stuff that's going on. So some people haven't watched the news or don't really know what's going on. This is what's going on right now, man. That right now is what's going on out here in the border of Texas, I believe it is, right? They're the ones that are dealing with. Hold on, let me see if I can pause this thing real quick. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Hold on, there we go. Okay, let's pause this guy. Okay, here we go. Let's go back a little bit, guys. Let's go back a little bit right here. Let me move this guy over a little bit too. It's all about. There we go. So this is what's going on, man. You got Haitian immigrants, illegal immigrants, whatever you want to call them. Everybody will call them different, right? And these aren't the only guys in the border. There's many people. There's people from Honduras, El Salvador, Mexico, you name it. But right now, this is the big thing because they're over there off of underneath the bridge, which is the border of the United States and Mexico. And another thing is you got these guys. That guy, people say he doesn't have a whip, but in the middle, he definitely has a whip. It's just a horrible look altogether. How they're rounding them up almost like cattle, telling them to go back to Mexico. It's here. Let's look at the footage.
Hey, no. No! Hey, you use your women? This is why your country.
Now, this guy is wrong on so many levels. This is why your country shit, because you use women for this. He's pretty much pushing his political ideology and sitting here and blaming these people. They got kids. They got families. Listen, we'll talk about the policies and all that, but this off the back is 100% wrong. These guys should not be speaking to people like that. These guys should not be treating these people so inhumane. The reason they do it, and let's be honest, it's because they're of color. And when I say color, I don't mean black. I just mean of color. If they're white, blue-eyed, they don't get treated like this, and it's a fact.
You use your women for that. You go that way.
This is a border crisis, brother. You can't say this is not a border crisis. This is insane.
Estamos pasando súper mal. La familia le manda plata a nosotros y nosotros no podemos comer. Tenemos niños y sin pañales. Mira, ahora tengo que cruzar al lado mexicano con la plata mojada para poder ir a comprar algo para el niño. Y no tenemos nada ya.
And that's what's going on. That's what's going on at the south. At the border between Mexico and the United States. That's in Texas. And first, let's try to give you guys some information on how all this came about. Most of the Haitians that are there now at one point migrated to South America, Central America, and then Mexico. After the 2010, that big earthquake, I think they had an 8-point something out in Haiti. And Haiti is probably one of the poorest countries in the world, right? Haiti was a place where most of the slaves would just try to flee and get out, and they would go over there. And they never were great on education. They were never great on much things because these people were just exploited from one people to the next, whether it's Americans, whether it's Spaniards, everybody. So the Haitian country is just a horrible. You talk about third world, that might be more like a fourth world country, right? So after that 2010 earthquake, they migrated over to South America, like I said, in all these countries. And what ended up happening is, this is the crazy part. So they've been living there all these years, right? So they've been there for 10, 11 years. And what happened is, under the new administration, I think they believe they have a shot, and they kind of do, some of them, especially the women and children, because they said they weren't going to be turning them away. Under the new administration, a lot of these Haitians, they started networking. They got on their phones. Oh, American Joel sticker. Make sure to get your sticker, people. They got on their phones. They got on their social media, and they said, let's go. It's time to go. They pretty much let everybody know in their circle, let's go. And that's how you got this huge migration of Haitians, because they think and they believe that now is their time to come over the border and cross and be able to get a piece of the American dream. Do I blame them? I do not. I do not blame them. I don't blame anybody trying to get into this country. I don't blame them, because if I had a family and I was living in one of these countries down south, I would do everything in my power. If I had nothing to eat, if I had nothing going on, what does a family do? They do everything to try to survive. That's human instinct. And most of these people in these countries, they just can't survive. So they're starting to come over here. That being said, I am not for open borders. I am not for letting everybody in. But the way that the immigration, the INS, the Migra is handling this thing, it's completely wrong. How are you going to have guys on horsebacks trying to round these people up like they're cattle and just pushing them back and go back to Mexico and go back that way? It's not going to work. And it's not even how much it doesn't work either. It's look at the vision and the video that you're giving to the rest of the world. You're giving a visual of almost, and it is. It's a visual of almost like back in the slave days when you had the white masters up on their horses whipping black slaves to go back. And some will say, and it's true, I would say probably one guy has a whip. They weren't using their whips. They were using the things from the horses, but they still are whipping the people. So whether you want to say it's a whip, they still are, and they shouldn't. In this day of technology, to get on a bunch of horses and try to push, man, that was just a dumb move. That was just a dumb move altogether. Let's see what you guys got, man. And then we'll see. You're trying to race bait, dog. Nah, South Texas, maybe your abuela's trying to race bait, homeboy. We'll try to see right now. Let me get, come on. Let me see. I'm getting a little old, man. I need to get this thing closer to me. Sadly, there is no solution anymore. I don't know. I can't sit there and believe that there's no solution. I believe there has to be, especially. I think this is what people need to understand. This problem, which it's a huge problem, right? It is definitely a huge problem. It's a problem that didn't start with the Biden administration. It didn't start with the Trump administration. It didn't start with the Obama, with the Clinton, with the Bush. The last guy who actually did something about immigration that was the god of the Republicans, Ronald Reagan, right? Ronald Reagan was the last gentleman to do something about immigration. And what did he do? He gave everybody, not everybody, he did mostly people amnesty, right? But where Reagan got it wrong was that he didn't fulfill his promise. He pretty much told everybody, listen, I will give these people amnesty and I will close the border. I will make it harder to get in here. I will tighten up the border. And it didn't happen. And pretty much Reagan's deal for getting these people amnesty, it was more for just, it was for more labor people, more of a workforce is what it was, right? And that was around 86. But ever since, and whether we can go back and forth on that, but I'm not going to go back and forth on why Reagan gave amnesty, right? He was the one, but the truth of the matter, he was the last president to give amnesty or to even give some kind of immigration reform. Ever since Ronald Reagan, every single president that has come forward, whether it's Democrat, whether it's Republican, has kicked it down the street, kicked it down the hill. Not my problem. I'll deal with it later. Some have ran on trying to fix it. Obama said he was going to try to fix the thing. Well, he gave us DACA, but that was just a signature thing. But pretty much every single president that's come since then has done nothing about immigration. And this is what we got. We have a huge immigration problem because it's so difficult to get into this country unless you have what? Money. That's what makes the world go around. Money. Under the Trump administration, he was trying to pretty much stop everybody who was low wage, low income, and just bring people with money. And some people say, well, Gil, that's what we need. We need people who got money. But we already got enough billionaires and millionaires in America. Do we need more? No, we need a policy that's going to let some of these people come in. But the reason a lot of times it gets lost in the shuffle is because the people, which will be on the left, that want to let some of these people or most of these people come into the country, let's say people that say we shouldn't have borders, right, which I am not, they will let you in, but they don't want to kick people out. And that's the mistake. The mistake is made when we don't hold people accountable that break the law, that are not citizens of the United States, and try to hold them all the time. If you're caught for rape, you should be out of here. If you're caught for any kind of touching a kid, you should be out of here. There should be laws that right off the back, you're gone. You're kicked out. But the problem is that, you start getting people wanting too many amnesty cities or whatnot, and that's what happens. Let's see what we got. Send them to the island. I don't know what island you're talking about, player. South Texas. Oh no, you didn't have to delete that, man. Let's show the. Oh no, come on, South Tex, man. Your grandma's watching, homeboy. Let me see. Oh, that's going pretty fast over here, buddies. Where did my thing go? All right, here we go. All right, so what do we got here? The solution is we need to get really strict. Come on, that's the problem with America. We're getting soft. Okay, Mr. Reyes. I would think, Reyes, you got to be of Latino descent, Cali Mac. They've been, I don't know how old you are, they've been saying the same thing since the 1950s. So unless you were here before the 50s, and if you were, maybe you're lucky. Unless you were here before the 50s, if they enacted exactly what you're saying, then you probably wouldn't be here. It's a balance. You can't just sit there and they just say, close this place, screw everybody else, because no, that's what makes America great. Bringing people in, having a whole different pot. You notice there's no other country in the world like the United States. There is not. I mean, there's some that have certain like fabrics of it, of lifestyle, westernized, but there is no country in the world like the United States. Why? Because of the different population. It's a recipe. It's a different recipe. It's a different gumbo that we've got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's what makes us great. So to sit there and just say, oh, let's close this whole place up, screw everybody else, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Okay, here we go. Gabriel. It ain't a whip. It's a lead used to guide horses, technique developed by the vaqueros, for God's sake. Okay, Gabriel. So if I get that, what's it called? A lead. So if I get that lead and I see your kid walking by, I go, pah, and I hit that kid in the back. And your kid said, Dad, he whipped me. I'll be like, no, I didn't whip him. I hit him with the lead. I don't know, homeboy. Tell me what your answer is on that one, Carnal. He said, no, he's okay. He whipped him with the lead. How about that, homie? Let's not argue. That's semantics right there, Carnal. They're still whipping him. Doesn't matter. That's like when your mama whips you with the cord on the power. That's still, you can't. If the cops come and say, hey, you whipped your son with the cord, or you whipped your son. Oh no, I didn't whip my son. I hit him with the cord. You're still whipping your son, man. Come on now. Esta gente raza. Okay, Family Sanchez HVAC. Whoever says let them in, please have your doors open for them. That's an argument I hear a lot, and I understand your argument, and I will not say you cannot let them in. That's off the back. You cannot let them in. You cannot let the Central American. You can't just let hordes of people that come and try to get in a big ball, because what's going to happen? Everybody else back there is going to look. Everybody else in those other countries, poor countries, going to say, hey, güey, pues fueron como unos 10,000 y se metieron y los dejaron entrar. Pues, ¿qué va a pasar? Vienen otros 10,000 y no va a parar. I don't know if you speak Spanish, Mr. HVAC, but what's going to happen is you got 10,000 people back there. They're going to see it. They're going to get in. Then you got 10,000 more and 10,000 more and 10,000 more trying to get into the gates because they're saying they're letting us in. Yeah, you need to block it and say, no, you can't get in like this. You just can't. That's just the policy we should have. But it's a fine line, and nobody really wants to deal with it, man. Let's see what you got. There, Gil, you just outlined why there is no solution. Yeah, okay. I do have a solution for the immigration policy here in the United States. And I want to get you guys, I think I've said it before, haven't I? The 10-year plan, man. 10-year plan. And within that 10-year plan, I will get into it. You know what? I'll make a whole video on the 10-year plan and I'll release it. But I do have a plan that I think actually would work. But then again, I am a little crazy. Smash that button, people. Smash that button. All right, here we go. Here we go. So what do we got, man? I heard they sent some Haitians back to their country. They actually did. They started sending some back on planes. But what they've been doing, and then I think the administration just finally stopped sending them just recently, right? The thing that they're doing, though, they're sending the men back. They're allowing the women and children to come in. So if you're a Haitian, or anybody else for that matter who's illegal, if you're letting the women and children come in, that's a plus, homie. That's a plus. That's two people less coyotes I got to pay. That's 30 racks right there. Right now, to get through the border of Mexico to the United States, give or take, is about $14,000 a head, right? Regardless if it's a kid, if it's a woman, if it's an old man, doesn't matter. Right now, from Mexico, crossing the border into the United States is about $14,000 street price, right? So if you can get two of your family members in here for that much, it's easy money. You know what? Let me put that phone number up there for you guys if you guys want to tap in and call. I forgot to put it up there. Let me make sure this is on and cracking. Yeah, so if they're letting your daughter and your son and your wife in there, that's three right there. Come on, that's a killing, dude. That's almost 45 grand. So yeah, we'll see. Looks worse on Skid Row in Los Angeles. Well, that's another social media news network. That's another thing. How are we gonna sit here? Like I said, right here, I try to stay in the middle as much as I can, right? And I'm on both sides. I am for strong border. I definitely am. But I'm also for letting certain people in and letting people have the opportunity, especially people who have been in the United States for the last 5, 10, 20 years, man, because I know a lot of them that work and take care of business. Those people should have the opportunity to become first immigrants, like green card holders, and after that have an opportunity to become citizens of the United States, especially if they've been here that long and working off the back. But yes, it's very difficult to make the argument that we should bring all these people in, take care of all these people. When you look at our streets out here in America, they're full of drug addicts. They're full of homeless people. We got some major problems, man. It seems right now that Rome, and we are Rome. Don't get that twisted. We are modern day Rome, people. But Rome is going through some major stuff right now, and hopefully we can fix it because we're going through our own pandemic. We're going through our own drug problems. We're going through our own homelessness. We're going through our own budgets. Meanwhile, on our borders, we got people trying to get in, and we're trying to hold them off. It's becoming to it's some crazy time we live in. Like I said, but this is modern day Rome, and I with myself would rather be on this side of the border than on that side any day of the week, man. And this is why I always push. God bless America, not the politics. People always get that twisted, man. People always get that twisted. God bless America, just America, the lifestyle that we live, because most people are dying to get over here. Literally, homie, literally. See, this, okay, Gabriel's moving to Texas. All right, let me know how that works out, carnal. Let me know how hot it is over there. If immigration was merit-based, 90% of Mexicans in the U.S. wouldn't qualify. I don't know. I don't know what merit you're talking about. Most come from low-income rancho families. Well, of course. Where do you think they come from? There's people in Mexico, El Salvador, Guatemala, all down to South America. There's very wealthy people. There's people who are rich. There's people who have more money than most people I know will ever have. There is very wealthy people in all these countries, but those people are staying over there. Those people are staying over there because the wages for just a minimum wage is garbage. It's garbage. You're getting paid $40-$50 a week for breaking your back, man. Who wants to do that when you can come to America and make that in a few hours? That's the difference. That's why people are trying to get over here, carnal. That's the whole point, man. They've been deporting Chicanos way before the 50s. Yeah, I'm knowing it was just an observation because what the guy said, there's always one guy there. There's always one guy there. There's always the fact checker. I'm a green card holder myself, and I own my own home. That's right, Frank. But the scary part is also when you get a green card, you can do something, break a law, which some people do. Everybody does, one point or another, and you can get that green card revoked, and you can be kicked out, and that's it. And I know some people that's happened to, and it's a pretty scary situation sometimes, man. Angel Flores, thank you for the membership, brother. Damn, 14K. So why not apply to come here legally? It costs about the same. Okay, Angel. It does cost about the same, let's say, but the line is. You're going to be waiting 10 years. That's what it is. But that line, that amount is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Right now, to to Mexico to here, it's about $14,000 cash. It may have gone up in the last few weeks. It always fluctuates, but it hasn't gone down below 10,000 since maybe like around 2011. 2010, it's because of that recession, and I think it went down to as low as about $8,000, and then as soon as the economy picked up, it started going back up. And right now, yeah, it's about $14,000 to get into the country. I know some people that have come, and that's what they've paid, but that's how much they're willing to pay, work their asses off, pay that money off to their families, because what they do, a lot of these guys, is they get one family member. So think about how dire straits this situation has to be, right? They get together, they get in their family meeting, they look at who's the healthy, who's the one that can probably go to America and make the most money, and they put their money together and say, all right, we're going to send you. Okay. What's up, Mr. Bob?
Call from
What's up, Robert? Raza TV. Talk to me, brother.
Hey, what's up, Gil? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, homeboy. How's Tijuana treating you?
You know what? It's I like it. You know, I'm able to work in San Diego, making American money, and leaving TJ at a better price.
Nice, nice, good
No,
stuff.
I wanted to talk to you about a situation I had the other day. I don't know if you've seen it on my IG, but I was on my way to work, right, and I was literally at the front of the line already to cross,
Right.
and all of a sudden, like 40 migrants pull up, and supposedly they were gonna rush the border, you know.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
But they were there with Univision and Estrella TV, and they had people from like humanitarian crisis there, you know, to make sure nothing happens. Because the cops here are under strict law that, you know, they're being watched closely, so you can't, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
But yeah, it was crazy, man. They closed down the border for about 2 hours. They had, you know, military on the other side, and it was actually around time, like almost 3 o'clock. So there was a lot of people that weren't migrants that were just crossing, you know, to go pick up their kids, and you know, it got crazy, bro. It got out of hand.
What now? Were these the Haitian migrants, or was it the Latino ones?
No, these are the Central Americans.
Oh, so it's almost like like a war movie where these guys are trying to invade the castle, and every once in a while they're all getting in bunches and trying to run over, huh?
See, but the thing is, it wasn't too many, and since they came with media, everybody knows that it was just kind of
it was set
you know,
up.
since I live here, it was for show
Yeah,
because,
of course.
you know, you hear of down south in Mexico, the government's actually putting more pressure on people coming over here, and it's kind of like people are forgetting about what's happening, like the sympathizers per se, right?
Right.
Or whatever you want to call it, the sympathizers.
Yeah, it is sympathizers.
So they did it for a show in order to be like, hey, guys, we're still over here. They're sending us back and stuff like that. But
They're trying to bring awareness.
But yeah, it's crazy because the people's mentality over here is like, I mean, I've been to the encampment sites because they got encampment sites right here in TJ,
Right.
for like the Haitians, for the Central Americans, and then they also got like Little Haiti. Like there's a lot of Haitians right here in TJ that they've already built their community. They got a Little Haiti out there where, you know, they have their barbershops, they have their markets and stuff like that. So a lot of them came over here with money.
Well, some came with money, and some just they're hustlers. Some hustled, made their business, and they made their living out there. They've been out there for years, right?
Oh yeah, they're hard workers. The people out here love them. They come out here and they're here to work, man.
That's what I heard. I heard a lot of those guys hustling, hard workers. Now,
Yep.
how big is is it little? They call it Little Haiti in Tijuana, yeah.
Yeah, it's known as Little Haiti. Well, that's how I got introduced to it when I walked through there, you know.
And how is
And
that
it's
place?
just like it's cool. It's another part of TJ. It's for the people that have been out here, it's what it is, you know. I mean, I've walked through. I kind of know the area now, so I walk places, you know.
Right
It's not all the media portrays it to be. You know, there is a lot of people dying. I know a couple people that died, but usually it's people that are, you know, in that lifestyle or doing bad things, robbing people or, you know,
Right.
drug addicts, stuff like that, you know. So
Now-
it's not like people are out here randomly getting killed.
Now,
But,
how's Mexico treat the Haitians out there, and how's Mexico treating the Central Americans out there? Because before years back, they would treat them pretty rough. But are they changing that, or are the people treat them different?
Well, to be completely honest, like the whole sentiment for the Haitians, it's all love. They're hard workers. They come out here. But for the more of the Central Americans, it's more negative. But it's because then this is what I mean, I've only been here. I've been coming back and forth over here. I got family out here for 2 years, so I pretty much hear what I hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Don't take me on it. I mean, I'm gonna go down there and do some interviews. I'll probably send them out to you so you can put them on
Yeah, for sure I would. You
on
know
your
I would.
platform or something.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Central Americans. Well, the going consensus is that a lot of them, and you can't say most of them because I'm sure there's a bunch of hard workers, but a lot of them just came and they're trying to leech off the government. And also when they came in that big caravan,
Yeah.
when they came to Tijuana, they came to Playas. I live in Playas, and you know you hear stories and they were just very rowdy. That's
Really?
the going consensus over here. You know what I'm saying? So I guess there's like bad from that when they first got here. There's like a bad I don't want to say bad blood because no one gets killed or nothing like that. It's just some bad things. You know, some fights happen at the beach and stuff like that. You know.
Well,
Pero
it's maybe because they're brown. Because it seems like we as brown men are like gallos, man. We can't have two in one two in one corral because we start fighting one another. Oh man, but that's kind of interesting that you're saying with the Haitians they got love.
I don't want to say.
No, that's good.
I
Listen,
don't want to
say what you got to say.
I don't want to say anything that's like because like I said, I've been back here for about 2 months. I'm gonna go to the encampment sites. I've been telling my cousin I want to go and I want to go check out Little Haiti. And I actually work with a couple of Haitians in San Diego, and they don't even speak English, bro. They speak Spanish,
Yes.
French, Portuguese, but they don't speak English.
I saw that. I saw a few of them doing interviews, and their Spanish is good, dude. Those guys know Spanish. It's
really
a trip.
good, dog. Yeah, I have a coworker and I always talk to him in English. Hey, what's up, bro? And he's like, no, hablo inglés. Ya te dije, Roberto. I was like, oh shit, my you know.
So how's TJ going for you? If people don't know, how long you been living out there now?
I've been living out here for about 2 months.
Okay. What you get an apartment? You staying with a family member's house? What are you doing?
No, I got an apartment. I'm actually I'm like 3 blocks from the beach.
Man,
for under $200, dude. I got a single for under $200, and
no chingas way.
It's cool. I mean, all I really gotta deal with is working or crossing the line. It usually takes me about 30 minutes, an hour, and then getting to my job. So it's not too bad. But it's cool, man. The cost of living is great, bro. And you don't gotta. There's no forced vaccine. You can fly here to anywhere without being vaccinated, dog. Fuck the other side. It's getting crazy over there, bro. I was there over there this weekend, and they're starting to mandate stuff, and I'm like, Biden's talking like he's a fucking tyrannical fucking. He said, well, what did he say the other day? I'm getting impatient. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, dog. That fool's tripping, man.
He's getting impatient,
hey,
fool. He's
getting tripping.
Grandpa's getting impatient, carnal.
So I'm telling you.
Oh, man. Hey, so you're paying $200 a month, huh?
Under 200, bro.
Oh,
right by the beach, like 3 blocks. Homie, I'll be walking over there. You know, it'd be popping right there, dog. It's cool, you know.
If things don't change, I'm gonna be going to TJ, brother. Hey, thanks for the phone call, player.
Hey, take it easy,
man. All right, brother. There you go, man. There you go. Heard it from the horse's mouth. That gentleman is Raza TV, Rob. He actually, like he said, he moved over there a few weeks ago or a month ago, living at TJ. $200. Under. He didn't say $200. Under $200 a month, living by the ocean. Man, that's not too shabby at all. Over here, you can't even get a damn hotel room for one night for $200 a month by the ocean. Straight up, dude. Let's see what you guys got, man. CJ says he loves the chicken. You talking about Haitian chicken? Express yourself. What's up, John Wayne? How we doing, player? It's because the Haitians came to Mexico with respect and dignity. Central Americans came demanding and complaining. The men were gang members and junkies. That's the same thing they say about everybody that's crossing the border, Wolf Slayer. That's everybody. That's the consensus for every gang member, not for a gang, for every single Calumet that crosses the border. So maybe it is just the brown. Who knows what it is, man? Haitian spice is the best. People hate on immigrants, but they are the first ones to visit Hong Kong and Tijuana. I heard they got good Chinese food in Hong Kong and Tijuana, Aguilar. I don't know. No, that's a TikTok video I saw. Oh, man. And Regio, I have homie here in the States. Graduated from maybe UCLA engineer as well. 90K a year is wealth. Yeah, for sure, man. Somes, what's going on, player? ¿Cómo estás, güey? The media is lying about it. All the COVID, Bigfoot elections, UFOs, cages, all lies. I don't know about all that. So, man, I don't know about all that. There is COVID. I say there's UFOs. Maybe you're talking about kids in cages or something. I don't know, carnal. I don't know. Oh, man. Mexico is very cheap to live in. And fun as hell as long as you behave. Yeah, but like the reason I don't even like to travel to Mexico. The reason I don't is I don't like a place that I fear the cops more than the criminals. Anytime I gotta fear the cops more than the criminals, then it's a little weird, man. It's a little weird, homeboy. That's what I'm saying. That's the only reason I kind of stay away. Let me see what you want. Don't you know? You'll be okay, Frankie. You're gonna be okay, man. You'll be okay, Frankie. Everything's gonna be all right. Peter, he may be living in an area with low cost of living. Well, yeah, he said Playa something. He says 3 blocks from the beach. So that's where he's at, man. Everybody on YouTube is engineer. I don't know. Maybe not. Let me see what we got in the house. All right, guys. So yeah. So what's gonna be the fix to this? Who knows? But I know for a fact they can't just let everybody come in. And like Rob was saying, they're trying to bring, I guess, more attention to the issue because there's people that have been living in TJ for 5 years. I think some of those guys have been living there since 2010. They're not going anywhere, but at the same time, you can't just allow people to come in. Maybe a lottery would work where certain people or who all those people put their name into a certain database and they do an actual lottery where you win. Well, you can't give them a ticket. They'll be killing each other for those tickets. But you kind of do a lottery system for people to come in. I think the immigration already has something like that, but immigration has really tightened up. It's become real racial in America, and it's always been racial, but now it's even more. I was very surprised after I posted that video. Let me just get this car real quick, then I'll keep going with my. Mr. Adan, what's going on? What you want to talk about, brother?
First of all, thanks for taking the call, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Absolutely. I support the channel through good, through bad.
That's right. I appreciate
it. Is
it.
what it is. Yeah, I mean, because you touch on a lot of subjects, and I appreciate that because a lot of people are afraid to go outside the box and kind of ruffle some feathers, if you will.
Yes, sir.
But you don't. So, like, like you're not afraid of that shit. So I really like that.
That's right.
I'm from the inner city of Los Angeles. I was born in this country, but I also have, family that's here illegally and has been through the struggle. And anybody that's from, the Southern California or just California in general or everywhere in general, I mean, there's a lot of Latinos that always have some kind of family that's going through it, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like I blame a lot of the politicians because they could actually extend a hand and help out Latinos in general.
Yes, sir.
I'm not talking about Mexicans. For some reason here in America, we always want to throw Mexico out there because it's the neighbor, right?
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of people, they don't even know that Mexico is actually part of North America. Like there's so many people out there that are ignorant like that.
Correct.
But I think that our politicians should really, really look into trying to find a bill that's going to help us out. And when I mean us, it's not like me. I'm talking about our people, right?
Of course, yeah.
Latino. And so it's always going to be a problem when it comes to immigration. But I think that if we can welcome the conversation and understand that Latinos in general have been prosecuted, have been given a dirty eye, when honestly, we're the ones that are actually out there putting in the work and help build this country.
Yes, sir. And feeding the country.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, there's just so much things that we do. There's so much productivity that's there. But I think people sometimes forget about who's mowing your lawn. People forget about who's watching your kids. Because most of us in general, we got to work, but there's a lot of high-end people out there that...
Yes.
I'll give you a quick example where, and I don't mean to blab, but, this is a very touchy subject for me because my mother actually cleaned houses and did stuff like that, right?
Right.
And she actually raised a few kids out in, let's just say, a really nice area in Orange County.
Right.
And, I mean, she did her best to just work her ass off and do the right thing. And those kids actually love my mom, and to this day, they love her forever.
Right.
My mom doesn't do that kind of work no more, but she literally went out of her way to, like, wash, clean, cook, do this and do that. And I think a lot of times people forget about the importance of our people. And so with all that being said, I really appreciate the fact that you're out there trying to empower us. Nobody is perfect. We all go through mistakes. We all go through flaws, and
Absolutely.
that's just called life, right?
Absolutely, brother.
Um,
Absolutely.
but yeah, I mean, I just really think that the government has a lot to do with this because they don't. It's almost like they turned their back. Like they know it's happening, but they want to ignore it
Well, what it
until
is, it's also this.
possible.
It's the greasy wheel gets the attention, and I've been saying that. And the thing is, they have been pushing the same immigration and just kicking down the road because we continue not to bring it up. We act like it doesn't happen, and many of us, not all, but many of us, we get immigrated, we become citizens, we have kids, and they forget. The kids aren't taught about the struggle. They don't care about the struggle. They're worried about other people's struggles. And they kind of just, that's not me. They see a person in the border and they don't see their tia. They don't see their grandma, but they need to sit there and it's up to us to kind of educate them. I tell my kids all the time, no, no, no. You need to respect these people. You know, that's us. That was me. That was my mother. That was your mother. And until we can kind of make humans out of them, because, yeah, we're taken for granted. We as Raza Calimax, we are taken for granted all the way around. But the thing is, again, we have so much political pull as far as voting. We don't really use it because we get stuck voting for the same stuff. And as far as our buying power, too, if we can get together and say, listen, we're boycotting this, my God, I guarantee you there will be companies folding and throwing money at us to try to get whatever we want going. But until we actually wake up politically, we're going to be in the same boat, brother.
100%, brother. And that's why I support your channel in a major way because you're not afraid to talk about the stuff. And as people, we always try to find a way to blame somebody. But in all reality, like you said, man, it starts at home. I mean, just something as simple as, let's say, let's just look at something so simple as this. How many of us get caught up in the system? Mm-hmm. And then when we have kids, what do we do to try to teach them? So I've always had that thought where it starts at home.
Absolutely.
Because if you educate your family, you educate your kids, you share that knowledge with your mother or your siblings, whoever it may be. And I just get so frustrated and I just kind of tap in with you once in a while because like you hit home when it comes to certain things because I don't really think a lot of people, our people, Latinos, I'm not talking about even gabachos. There's a lot of gabachos that are get brought up in certain situations, right?
Yes.
And we forget about that. But at the end of the day, it's all a struggle. And I just don't understand why we can't support each other, love each other, come together. To me, it just seems like everybody else comes together except for Raza. And when I mean Raza, I mean Latinos. I don't mean just Mexicans, like I said, because everybody always wants to talk about Mexicans. But it's not about me personally. You know, I'm Mexican. You know, I was born here, whatever. But I just try to focus on like Raza in general. And I always think about this. I think to myself and I say, okay, well, how many mistakes have I made? Plenty. But it's not about making the mistakes. It's about what you do with those mistakes and how do you better your kids. How do you, just like in a lot of ways that you think. And I just don't understand. I don't get it, man. It's almost like Raza was born to hate on each other. And, you know, that's so upsetting to me and it breaks my heart to the fullest because I'm brown and I'm proud.
That's right.
But I can also respect other races. But in order for other races to respect us, we got to start respecting each other.
Absolutely.
And, you know, a lot of people don't want to hear that kind of stuff, but I really appreciate the fact that you open up the lines and you have a platform where people can kind of vent about this because a lot of people, like I said, you know, a lot of people, they want to stay stuck in their own little box and you know, they're afraid to tell the truth. And, you know, I mean, there's just so many things going on in this world. And, you know, I mean, I don't know the kind of world that I'm raising my kids in, but I sure as hell do respect people that can get messages out there, and I appreciate you for that, Gil.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate the phone call, man. That was great, homeboy. Appreciate that. Thank you, man. That was a great phone call, man. And it is. It's a lot of envy. It's a lot of hate. It's a lot when it comes to us, Calimax, Central American Latinos, Indigenous Mexican American Chicanos. It is that. It's when people, like I've said, people will sit there sometimes and say, Gil, you just think you're better than everybody. You think, nah, homie, you think I'm better than everybody. You think I'm better than you. I'm not going out there thinking nothing. I'm the guy going to work every day, homeboy. I'm the guy taking care of business. Do I want better? Hell yeah, I want better. Absolutely, brother. I've been wanting better for the last 20 something years. Before that, nah. Before that, I wanted gangs. I wanted drugs. I wanted jail. That's what I thought life was about. But ever since I've been out since 1999, yeah, I've wanted better and I've gotten better. But nobody gave me jack. Everything I got, I worked for, homie. And that's what people need to realize. People that have stuff is because they work for it. When I see another brown brother, I got homies that are doing much better than me, got businesses that are man, homie, you will never see me look at the homie and be like, look at this fool thinks he's all that. Nah. Because I know, because people have looked at me and still to this day will look at me and tell me. So when I see somebody who's successful and is a brown man, that's pride, homie. I say, hell yeah, look, that's my homie right there. My homie's got that business. My homie's got that ride. My homie's got that house. My homie's got that life. Well, we got to take that same energy and that same thought process, not just with your homie, but with the other homie, carnal, from the other hood. I don't care if you're from my enemy's hood. I don't care if you're from a different part of town. I don't care if you're a brown man and you're taking care of your business, you're taking care of your family the right way. More power to you, man, because that means that's one more brown brother doing good. And that's one more brown family doing good. That means your kids are going to be doing good and your whole family's going to do it. And that's empowering all of us, man. The more we get educated, whether it's politics, whether it's work, whether it's college, whether it's just having these discussions, the more and better we are getting as a race and the more powerful we're getting as a race. And people will sit there and say, well, Gil, who cares about this race thing? We're all human beings. Yeah, well, in a perfect world, that'd be great. If we're all just these beautiful human beings and we all come together, look what's happening at the border, homie. That's not how the real world works. That's not how it works. In the real world, in America, in Rome, this is Rome, players. I'm trying to tell you, this is modern day Rome. In Rome, you got to fight for yours. You got to speak up for yours. You got to pretty much give that knowledge to the one behind you. And that knowledge ain't going to be, hey, homie, let's get that. Let's go rob this place. Nah, that ain't knowledge, homie. That's sucker's game, homie. And I ain't trying to give you a sucker's game. I'm trying to give you that real game where you can live like a dope dealer. If that's what you see on the streets, the guy with the nice car, the guy with a nice crib, you can live like a dope dealer and not sell drugs, homie. What do you think all these white people do? And I'm not talking about every single one, but I'm talking about the ones that are up there making money in this country and all that. Even black people who are making money. What do you think they do? They got business. They take care of business, homie. But no cop can come and knock their door down and take all their shit because they're legit. The best hustle in this world is to be legit, because all that selling drugs, all that joining gangs, that's just played out, homie. That's just for suckers, homie. And no disrespect to people in it, but you know what I'm saying. That's for suckers. That's a suckers game, because you're going to only be in it for this long. And then what else? You're going to be locked up for this long, homie. Think about it, homie. You're going to live large for this long, and then you're going to live like shit for this long, homie. It's a sucker's game, homie, and we shouldn't be in that game anymore. We as brown people need to elevate our game. We've been stuck in that same stupid, shitty-ass gang game and for the last 50, 60, 70 years, and where has it gotten us? Locked up in prison. Like cattle, like herd, and then we start complaining that, oh, they're locking us up, they're doing this. Well, nah, homie, we're locking our own up. Because by now, we've been playing this game long enough where you know if you make that turn, you're going to get hit. You make that left, you're going to be okay. It's a game. It's a game. Life is a game. This is a game. And we just try to let ourselves know about it. I'm sorry. I went on my rant, people. I do that every once in a while. Why? Because I like to. It's a good thing. Let's see what you guys talking about, man. Let me drink some water here. Oh, man. Still talking about the rigged election, huh? Election's over. See what you guys got, man. Funny how people hate on immigrants, but they are the first. Actually, we got to go back a little bit. Here we go. Play hard, work hard. You know this, Juanita. That's how you do it. Pride is our downfall, for sure, man. For sure. That's exactly what it is. Caller was definitely on point. Angel Flores. What's up, Mr. Bob Nasty? You know how we do it, man. This is what it is, man. This is about us learning from one another. The phone calls you guys come in, tapping in, letting us know. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to say you're brown. People are like, they're scared, they're shy. Nah, homie, be brown and proud. Carnal, straight up, homie. Take care of business. Don't be afraid to get that minimum wage job. Don't be embarrassed to get that minimum wage job. It's a sad thing in the United States where you got people who are ashamed of working, and they're not even at minimum wage anymore, at Mickey D's, right? But they'd rather sit at home and be broke. But they got the fly Jordans on. Who thinks like that, homie? People who are backwards. We need to get out of that backwards mentality. We need to get out of that hood mentality. We need to break that hood mentality. That job is a stepping stone. Any job you get is a stepping stone for you to learn how to come in on time, how to be responsible, how to take orders, how to learn a trade. And after that, you get another job. And then you get another job. And you start getting yourself in a position when you're no longer embarrassed, even though you shouldn't be embarrassed off that first job because you got a holly. Off the back, you got a job. You should be proud, homie. You should wear that Mickey D's, Burger King, whatever uniform and say, fool, I got a job. There'll be fools trying to clown, but you know what? Deep down inside, them fools want that job. Straight up. I'll tell you straight up. Deep down inside, damn same fools that are clowning you because you got a Mickey D's job, Taco Bell job, them fools they want that job. They just don't want to say, but you got the huevos to wear the gear and go to work. Those guys want it, homie. They're just too afraid. And that's a lot of time when it comes to us, raza. We're just too afraid. What are they going to think? What are they going to say? And I'm not talking about home. I'm just talking in general. What are they going to say? What are they going to think? A real friend is going to say, oh, fool, you got that job? Good shit, homie. Give me that fist bump, homie. That's right, player. Get that money, homie. That's what a real friend. In my family, it don't matter what job you get. Now, nephew, you making that money? We're pushing our family, nephews. We got a big family, nephew, nieces. Oh, you got that. Get that bread, player. Get that money. I don't care what job you got. You will never hear one of us in my family sit there and say to a family, why you work there? Nah, hell no. You'll get eaten up in my family. In my family, they'll sit there and say, get that money. Get that money. And they're seeing us as adults working, taking care of business. So you know what most of my nieces and nephews do? They work and take care of business, homie. Because that's the name of the game. The name of the game is stepping up the ladder, not staying down in the pits, homie, and crying about what you ain't got. If you ain't got it, go out and get it, player. You brown, homie. It's in your blood to work. It's in your blood to take care of business, carnal. Ta-da. I like this. Don't hate on George. Don't hate on Big George. Let's see what you guys got, man. Glad you're doing this, girl. Thank you, Gallo. Thank you, brother. Sinaloa el mismo, say that. There we go. Unfortunately, that's how it works at the border. Stop lying to yourself, Gil. Lying about what? I don't know what I'm lying about. Please let me know what I'm lying about. And I will tell you yes or no. But I saw that. These lames rather listen to George Lopez, huh? All right. Hear the game because this shit don't come through daily. Yeah, pretty much. What we got, homie? We getting another stimmy. I don't know. I don't really know about those stimmies. I don't care about them stimmies because what happens is every single stimulus check that's out there, you're paying for, man. It's inflation, people. You're not getting that free money. There ain't no such thing as free money. And inflation hasn't really kicked in. It's gonna kick in a little bit in a couple years or so, and you guys will see you're gonna be paying like $5 and some change for gas, maybe $6. Who knows, man? Wait, I would gladly trade. Hold on. This is from Tia Kiki. I would gladly trade brown immigrants for white SJWs that hate America. SJW stands for single. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm tired of Laza being ashamed of all la malinche. You should be embarrassed if you get caught stealing or. Let's see. Rasta. Where you at, Rasta? You should be embarrassed if you get caught stealing. But a lot of people are not. The shame has gone away. The shame in the youth has gone away. Unfortunately, not in all, but in a lot, because that's why you see guys popping up tents. Homie, back in the days, you're not going to see homies doing that. Straight up, man. Nowadays, it's no shame in the game, man. No shame in the game. It's some people think it's gangster, but there ain't nothing gangster about that, cannot. Love waking up in the morning, doing what I do, and come home to my house and family. All I have is from honest work. Let me see. Paid my dues as an apprentice. Now living the American dream. I love it. That's what I'm talking about, man. And it is, man. I was having this conversation with this guy, Joe from work. And we're talking about that. And we're saying how it feels so good to wake up in the morning. Like me, I got no problem waking up and going to work. I look forward to it, man. It kills the monotony of just life. I couldn't sit here. I mean, I could probably do the YouTube thing if I had to, but as far as just not working, no, man. I look forward to going to work. I get up at 5 something in the morning. I make my coffee, do my thing. I'm at work about 6:30, 6:40, and by 7 o'clock, here the guys. The guys are crew, man. Hey, homie. All right, Rooster comes. Hey, what are we doing? Are we doing this? This guy comes. What are we doing, Gil? We're doing this. We're doing that. And then we get our task and we go at it. And once we finish it and we start pouring stuff, we start building stuff in these big mansions we build, right? Dude, it's a great feeling knowing that we built these concrete walls. We built this pull-up in there. We're doing something, and we have a trade, and I'm teaching these guys a trade, and they're teaching me stuff. We're all learning from one another. But that's a trade that nobody can ever take away from me or them. That's knowledge that nobody can take away from me or them. That's knowledge that I can go anywhere in the country and find a job. Why? Because I know elevations, because I know dimensions, because I know blueprints. But what? I wasn't born with that. I had to learn it. I had to start from the bottom. And now I'm here, homie. But that's the thing that people don't want to do. People just want to see, look what this guy, he thinks he's all, nah, fool, I worked my ass off for what I got, player. I'll break you down at work, carnal. So that's the thing. You need to sit there and little by little get in the game. But you need to get in the game because if not, you're going to find yourself a 40 or 50-year-old guy with absolutely no work experience and nothing going for you. And what are you going to do? You're going to look at Gil and say, look at that vato, he thinks he's all that. It's not that I think I'm all that, fool. It's that I work every day, carnal. I take care of business. The problem is that you don't want to be that. You want to just sit there and be that same guy. That's on you if you want to live like that. Me, chale tamale, homie. I'm trying to get mine, homeboy. I'm trying to get mine, player. Let's see. What time is it here? Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're going good. You guys want to tap in a call? Go ahead. Let me see. What you got here? First you get the job, then you get the money, then you get the power, and then the women. Do you know what I mean? Pretty much, Art. You know what it is, homie. Gil hates inflation because it hurts his stock portfolio. Laugh out loud. No, inflation, I just don't. Come on, homie. I don't want to pay $12 for carne asada, carnal. And some of you guys may not see the inflation. I don't know. Look at your gas tank. Look how many times you're filling up your gas at work now, right? And Big Roo was telling me, oh man, I'm filling it up twice. I said, yeah, full inflation. Look at the gas prices, man. Everything costs more money, man. Whether it's the pair of shoes, whether it's the Levi's, whether it's the carne asada. When we're gonna have a real huge problem is when the cerveza goes. I think that's the only thing that raza will write for. That seems like that's the only thing, dude. It seems like they can beat us, they can shoot us, they can disrespect us, they can throw tortillas at us, they can do anything they want, but we still will not stand up and come together for any reason. I don't know what it's gonna take. I just can't see anything that will bring us all together, except one thing. I think if they double the prices on Coronas and Modelos and Bud Light and beer, then all of a sudden the raza will be out there rioting and looting and saying, hell no, you can't raise the prices on our cerveza. That's the only thing, homie, because other than that, it's like, it's very difficult to get you guys riled up, homie. It's very difficult to get you guys, for one thing, because you always find a reason to be like, somebody, don't worry about that shit, fool. Nah. But with the cervezas, I don't know. I think that's what it's gonna be. We're gonna have to make sure that cerveza prices go through the roof. That way, you guys will actually start rioting and caring about politics almost. But who knows, carnal? We'll see. Oh man, speak the free game, Gil. And I think that's the thing. That's the thing, Big Ant. It's free, homie. This is the knowledge, carnal. This is what other races, I worked with a lot of Judíos. This is what they do. They teach their kids. They get them in trades. They show them the business. Even if it's just a bit, they show them, dude. They show them, and they gotta learn. And they'll make that bread, homeboy. Don't make that bread. They're taking our jobs. Yeah, no, that's the one thing, Mr. 310. We're not. I know what you're gonna. Know what the black and the white people are gonna say? They're taking our jobs. No, I don't think for 1 second that we as Raza are taking anybody's jobs. We're doing jobs that, I mean, straight up, they just can't do. They can't handle that workload. And there's real good high paying construction jobs, but a lot of times they don't want them, and that's on them. Homie, we'll take them straight up. Go. Once you hit your 60, you don't get up so easy. Oh, Joe Mamas, I believe that. I had that one on. Actually, I had that one on Monday. It was one of those Mondays like, oh man, And I had that same conversation with my father-in-law. My father-in-law worked in the same place for like 35, 40 years. And he retired maybe like, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. And that's what he told me. He's like, oh, and but my suegro is one of those old school Mexican guys, right? He would start work at 6 a.m., but he would, in his work was only maybe, I don't know, at that time, 20 minutes from his home, 25 minutes. I believe he would leave his house like at 4 a.m., get at work about 4:30 and sit there and drink his pan dulce with cafe for about an hour and a half. He's one of those guys that would sit there and get real early, and that's kind of going away. You really don't get that kind of dedication anymore at work anymore, especially with the newer generations. But yeah, I know what you mean. I'm sure it will get harder, but I hope I don't have to work that long. Hopefully I hit the lotto player. All that. Good. Why you think you all that for? I don't know. I mean, I don't know, carnal. That's just if I look in the mirror. Trabajar, güey. Ponte a trabajar. I work 40 to 63 hours a week. We are blessed to live in this country. It's not perfect, but it's better than any Latin American country. Yes, it really is, man. It really is. Some people just don't know it. Mom, nasty Modelo time. They're going to raise the prices on your Modelo. It's going to be like $40 for a 12-pack, carnal. And after that, that's when people are going to start riding. That's what's going to take to get the Cali Max riled up to actually ride or to make a big protest down Sacramento. They're raising our beer prices. That's the only way, man. Spending their last feel, drinking their expensive beer. Nah, bro, you would have bummy dudes spending their last to feel like ballers drinking that. Hey, you know what? That's sad, and that might be true. I mean, they'll be spending like maybe like $16 for a 24 ounce of Bud Light, nothing major. Doing all the type of stuff. Yeah, there is, Frank. There really is, brother. Let's see what you got. Gil, put on game. Everybody hiring. Everybody's hiring, but nobody wants to work. No quieren trabajar. No quieren trabajar. Should we push raza more into trades or tech? Seems like we have already lots in trades. College is a lot of debt. No, I want to say, was it UCLA this year or USC? This was like one of the biggest years that Latinos have gone into colleges. So no, we have a big college workforce. As far as the tech industry, I can't really say. I'm not too sure, but I know in college for sure we have a lot of raza going into college, which is a great thing. As far as the industries where it's trade, yeah, we dominate that. I mean, we dominate that, and which is good because what I've seen more. I've been in construction now for 21 years, 22 years actually. What I've seen more and what I love is I see more Cali Max in superintendent positions. The foreman ones, yeah, they pretty much got that locked. But now you got like superintendent positions, actual contractors. So the next phase, it's a ladder. It's a game, right? The next phase is gonna go. You're gonna see a lot of contractors. You're gonna see a lot of raza developers, which is great for us, man. It's great every time. That's a stepping stone for all of us. Like I said, people don't hate on that. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. So eventually there'll be developers, and then hopefully we'll just climb up the ladder, and make a better future for all our kin, homie, for all our kids, homie. That's what it's about, man. There's a saying: your grandpa, mother didn't risk it all to come to this country for you to be a loser and a bum. Yeah, it's the fact. It's a fact. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people here that they don't see that. I don't know why, but that's just what it is, man. They don't see it, but it is what it is, man. Hey, Gil, if you ever need a chalan, I'm here. That's right, Rasta. And actually, I might. I might be looking for somebody. One or two. Central Cali up in here. Fresno, what's up, Fresno? How you doing? With the paws out there, homeboy. Remember, tech can always be outsourced, sent to other countries. Trades cannot. This is true. And actually, a lot of the tech is being outsourced. Like when we do big jobs, there's certain blueprints you need for like rebar. Right now I'm drawing a blank what it was for. The placing sheets and all that, the detailing, right, of the rebar. And then it gets sent off to the engineer, and the engineer looks at it, so on and so forth. A lot of that stuff is being done in Pakistan, man. We'll sit there and email plans over to Pakistan, and Pakistan will do it because Pakistan will do it for a fraction of the price that people will do in the U.S. So yeah, as far as even that's sort of construction trade is being outsourced. So yeah, a lot of the tech stuff, and even most of the tech people, yeah, they're outsourced to other countries because it's so much cheaper, man. But it is what it is, man. Gil, keep up the free 99% knowledge, homie. That's what you do, big ant. Hey, un vergo de oportunidades en este país. La raza se tiene que poner trucha y no cuadrarse dormidos. Hay mucho feria que se ocupa hacer. That's my inglés sin barreras por ahora, Frank. Muchas gracias. You kick my dog. What's up, John Wayne? How you doing, player? Partner. San Antonio, Texas. 210 in the house. What's up, 210? How you doing, Carnalillo? We're going to start wrapping this thing up pretty soon here. Unless you guys want to sit here and maybe give me a phone call, because if not, I'm gonna roll. Yeah, see, perfect time, you know what I mean? What's up, Danny? What you want to talk, man?
I work in the staffing field, and right now the jobs are out there. Even if you don't think that you can qualify for it, they're out there, and you can possibly get into something that you would never think you get into.
Yeah,
jobs are all out there right now.
Yeah, but people, it's like these guys don't want to work, man. This pandemic has made a generation. I'm not talking about everybody, but has made a small generation of people that just simply don't want to work. It's sad.
And it's true, man. It's 100% true. But the jobs are out there, and people got to put their pride down. And there's nothing wrong with having to work if you work at Macy's or wherever. No. You got to work your way up. You work your way up, and you can do it.
Absolutely,
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, when you pay your bills and you pay that rent, you pay that car note, they don't ask you, where did you get this money from? They just want that money, homie. They want that green, and you come with money in your pocket every Friday. That's a blessing all the way around.
Most definitely, man. And I encourage everybody to go out there and even go apply with the staffing agencies, and they can get you jobs that you never thought you would possibly get into, and they're out there.
They are, brother. Hey, man, I appreciate the phone call.
Thank you, man. Keep it up.
All right. And it is, man. There's a lot of opportunities out there right now. It's just about going out and getting it. It's about putting your pride to the side. It's about stop hating on the next man. It's about looking at the next brown man especially and saying, you know what? That's my brother, homie. He's doing good. I'm doing good. He's doing bad. I'm doing bad. That's the way we move forward. That's the way we kind of elevate ourselves, because it's about elevating us, homie. And there's nothing wrong. You shouldn't be ashamed of that. You shouldn't have anybody tell you, oh, you shouldn't say it. It's about elevating us, homie. So with that being said, players, I'm going to start rolling out of here. I think we will be doing a live on Friday. The interview that we had got canceled for personal reasons. We're going to reschedule in a couple of weeks. But Boo Boo Bear will be in the house on Friday. Maybe I'll have him do an interview to himself. I don't know. We'll figure it out, man. So you guys have a great one. It's Tuesday, hump day tomorrow. And we'll catch you guys later, man. God bless. And stay brown and stay down, players.